How's it going, everyone? It's ThatBlueExplorer here, or actually, for today, you can call me ThatBlueExplorer, because today I'm starting a brand new series on the channel where I'm going to be exploring tons of really lovely, iconic, historical and amazing locations across Lincolnshire. And today, for the first episode of the series, I am here at Tetney Lock, a very historical place with a few bits and bobs here and there that I think you guys will find very interesting. Now, not only is it a lovely place to come, but it's just a really nice area to take in the scenery, escape the hustle and bustle of the city, of the town, and just enjoy nature. And that's exactly what we're going to do today, folks. We are going to take the long walk down Tetney and experience all the beauty and the lovely things it has to offer. And so, without any further ado, let's get started. So as you can see, folks, this place is just so nice. There's so much nature surrounding you. I mean, we've only just started, but as you can see, the fields are gorgeous, full of colour and life. And that's pretty much what this place is about. Just scenery, nature, fields, colour, and just enjoying the surroundings. And well, as you'll see throughout this walk, there is plenty to take in. All of the different flowers and different areas surrounded by nature, all the life that's within this area. I mean, as you can see, there are birds everywhere as well, but it's also very quiet. Got a little bend here and it will continue down into a straight, which will lead us to a gate, and then we can access the main route, because this is just the start, guys. But already, it is always so promising coming down here during summer, because that's when this place comes alive, and obviously that's when it's the nicest time of the year to venture to Tetney Lock. Now, Tetney is a very long walk, which, like I said, and that is why, as you can see, I've got the Takata backpack on. I've brought some supplies. I've got my sunglasses, of course. I've put the sunscreen on, so we're all protected. But I've brought some water, a packet of crisps, and some biscuits. You know, the supplies, the essentials for a walk like this. And of course, you've got to stay hydrated, folks. So that's why across this walk, I will be taking little breaks just to enjoy the surroundings and, of course, stay hydrated. Now, one thing as well, folks, is that it's quite windy today, as you can hear. Now, I'm not sure how much of my voice you'll be able to hear throughout this walk because of how windy it is. It is nice because it means there's a lovely breeze coming through, cools me down, because it is 30 degrees today, folks. So it's very, very hot. Hottest day of the year, I think, so far, from what I've seen. On the dash, it was saying 32, 34. So crazy stuff. It is a lovely day to come to Tetney Lock. So as you can see behind me, though, we have a really long river. Now, this spans from all the way over there, across here, and even further down. So across this entire walk, you will see this little river in the background, and it's such a nice thing to have across this separate area here. So it separates the two banks, and of course you can walk across that way as well. I haven't actually done that before, but it's always nice to just look at the river and the flow of it, just watching it go by. It's always so peaceful to look at, and it's very clean as well. That's one thing about this place. It's always very clean. And I don't know why I've never done this. It's never crossed my mind to walk down that staircase and get a closer look at the stream. But how beautiful is that as a backdrop? Of course, we've got this sort of the structure here, but that does not take away from the breathtaking views of the hills, the bridge, and of course the river itself. What a lovely bit of paradise this is, folks. It really is. This is raw nature at its best. Oh, take that in, folks. Now then, my friends, we have a decision. We can either walk down here to the gate or continue on the paved path towards the gate instead. But to be honest, folks, I really want this video to be full of nature and allow you to see the beauty of Tetney Lock. So what we're going to do is take the grass path instead. So here we are, folks, on the other side of the gate, and take in this wonderful sight. It is so green and full of colour, and that's what I love about places like this. It's just gorgeous. It really, really is. So as you can see, we have a long walk ahead of us, but that's fine because we get to see all of this. And now that you can see over the hill, you can see some buildings in the background, some lovely trees, a few woods here and there. It really is such a nice sight. Check out this little garden here. Very, very cool. We've got some horses in the background there, so we've got some nature among us as well, which is really nice. As you saw a few moments ago, there were some swans sitting in the river, and sometimes depending on what day and what season you arrive at Tetney, you'll see some very interesting wildlife. You'll get to see some ducks, some swans. A lot of different wildlife will settle among Tetney, which is really, really cool to see. Now, there are two separate paths you can take, the lower one or the top one, and we are going to take the top one for most of it because, of course, as you can see, it is primarily just trees in our way. And, well, as nice as the trees are, that isn't what we really want to see. So what we would like to see, though, is more wildlife. So we've got some more horses there, a few butterflies as well, zooming past the camera. Look at that horse. That is a very interesting pattern for the horse. It almost looks like a cow with the white and black spots, but really, really nice to see. We've got a little one there as well. What do you guys think of this new channel idea, this new series? I think it's going to be pretty cool to explore some very iconic and just beautiful locations around Lincolnshire. And I have got some ideas lined up for you all. So we have got a few places to visit, and one of them I think you'll really like. And well, we're going to do that hopefully maybe this week or next week, depending on what the weather's like and just what plans are. But yeah, so something really different for the channel. I thought I'd give it a go. It's quite nice. There's some just wonderful locations around here. How nice is that? Like I said, just full of different colours, and it is just wow. It really is. It's breathtaking, and it's just so colourful. So nice. And of course you've got more of the river now that it's starting to open up. We'll be able to see a lot more of the river, and hey, we might be able to see some more swans maybe down the lake. We'll have to wait and see if anything else does pop up. How nice does that look? It's so peaceful, it's so quiet. Of course there is a bit of wind, but it's just so nice. And look at that, folks. There we are. We have some more swans in the river. And it seems to be that a lot of swans are coming out during the summer, because during the winter when we've been here, there hasn't been a lot of wildlife in general, but definitely no swans. So that's very interesting and very awesome to see just on a day like this. I suppose nice weather brings out all types of wildlife, and it's so nice to see some swans in such a beautiful area like this. Up to the gravel and rock part of the Tetney walk, and that's right, folks, it actually separates from a grass trail to a gravel one. And well, you'll see that it's very interesting once we get to it, because it definitely changes. It's quite a drastic change as well. Okay then, everyone, so here we are on the gravel part of the trail. Now, as you can see, it gets very rocky, just like that. There's no sort of gradual change, it's just grass to gravel, and that's how quickly everything changes here at Tetney. And as you can see, the path actually goes quite far back. I didn't realise that before, that it actually trails all the way down there too. So now here we are on the next part of the walk, and it's not actually that much further until the really interesting part begins. Carrots, peas, all sorts of different things are grown in these places, and I imagine, you know, whatever vegetable comes to your head, you'll probably have seen it in this field. But I'm not a vegetable connoisseur, so I'm not exactly sure what vegetables are in the ground currently, but it's just really nice to see these long, vast fields of the leaves and vegetables. Like I said earlier, the most common one to be grown here is broccoli, and I've got to admit, that's my favourite vegetable. And leave a comment down below, guys, what's your favourite vegetable? I know, that's a little bit random, but hey, why not? But yeah, so moving back onto the walk, as we can see, we are now reaching quite an open area. You can see further down that the river started to expand, and it's gotten a lot bigger than it was before. So we'll be able to take a look at that in a second. I tell you what, folks, this area has grown a lot more since we've last been here, because years ago this was really, really open. You could see the river from here, and there was just no flowers, no weeds, no tall grass standing in the way. It was really open. But now, of course, it is pretty much just all grown from here, but you still get a nice view of the river here and there, and it is still nice to see. So it doesn't really matter that it has grown. It is quite actually nice to see tons of greenery around the area. And oh, we've got to see some swans swimming past there. Maybe we'll get to catch them up on the other side of this bush. But how nice is this? Such a wonderful place to be. As you can see, there's more over the top of the hill there, and there are the swans. One's flapping its wings now. And guys, I don't know if you can see that, but there are some baby ducks down there, which is, that's so nice to see. How wonderful is that? We get to see all different types, all ages of wildlife here today. So then, folks, here we are, another 360 view of Tetney. Such a gorgeous place, it really is. But something I'd like to show you as well is the piped structure over there. Now, I'm not too sure what that is, or if it's still working and currently doing something, but very interesting. Not sure what its purpose is, but it's pretty cool to see it just there. And one thing you can also see, I don't know how well you can see it in the background, but over there is one of the World War II bunkers that was sat out at sea. So basically, they were put there and created to detect any submarines or any underwater threats that may come in from the sea. So they've been there for a long time. There's two of them, one further over there and then one located just there, and they're quite close to Cleethorpes Beach, so it's not that far away from Tetney. And I believe if you are at Cleethorpes Beach, you can actually see Tetney from here, or a bit of, like a part of it from the beach itself. So pretty cool. But there you go, we've got that structure over there, and then of course the World War II underwater, above water station. But very, very cool indeed to see that, and just so many swans, guys, so many. One cool thing as well about Tetney is that occasionally you do see the odd person or two walking down or cycling down the trail, and everyone's very nice. You know, you give a nice little wave or say hello to them. It's a very friendly area as well. So one cool thing that's just to add to the list about this place. But we are now getting close to one of the first iconic structures that I've wanted to show you in today's video, folks. So I'll spin the camera back around. Alright then, folks, we're almost at the first iconic location, and I tell you what, look at that, how far we've walked. It definitely is a workout. That's my workout and cardio done for the day, that's for sure, because it is a very long trail, but it's very rewarding as well at the same time, getting to see the views in the location itself and just getting to witness all of this true beauty that is nature. So we are now actually at the first iconic location that I wanted to show you, and the thing is about this place, well, like I said at the start, it's quite historical. Now, you got to see in the background the World War II outpost on the sea, but I don't know if you guys knew this, but here we go, some fun facts for the day. We have some World War II bunkers / shelters / outposts that were made for World War II. Now, these were created around 1941 to 1942 to sort of be prepared for an enemy invasion. So as you can see here, this one is quite deep. You can actually see the hole here, and I think all you can see in there is just darkness, but it's quite deep. But pretty much, soldiers would be located within these little shelters, and they would be watching over the area for any enemy soldiers. And these were used during the World War II, and after that, they've pretty much just been sat here for decades. And well, as you can see, they're still in sort of good condition. Of course, very overgrown in some areas, but you can still pretty much see what they were. And the holes in the corners, or sort of sides of these buildings, are very, very skinny and very small. And pretty much that was just used to watch out over Tetney for any enemy soldiers. So pretty cool little facts for you there, guys. And this is actually 2 of 3 of the little bunkers and outposts that were created here. The other one is over there on the other side of the hill, and we will actually go to that one in a second. But there you go, 2 World War II bunkers right here in the middle of nowhere in Tetney. What a historical thing this is. 2 pieces of history just sat here in very good condition. But there you go. Really, really cool to see. Guys, before we set off to the third one, I didn't realise, but this is the entrance into this bunker right here. So if we walk around the corner, we'll be able to see the little trail that leads off into some stairs. And well, it does look a bit overgrown, and I won't be entering these historical buildings right here. But as you can see, this is the entrance into that bunker right there. And I believe you'll also be able to get into this one too. I didn't see a staircase around the other one, so I think this leads into both shelters right here. So that's pretty cool. I didn't see that. And over here as well, we have the rest of the river, and we do have a very big door down there. I'm guessing it's to lead, to the other side of the river, and it goes even further down, which is just crazy. And it sort of leads away from the main river itself and streams into here. Very, very cool. But now then, folks, we shall head to the third bunker, and I'll meet you there. Now coming around the corner to pretty much walk the rest of the way to the bridge, which will lead us onto the other side of Tetney. And I can see it. The next bunker is in view, and it looks a lot taller than the first 2. So this one's a little bit more out in the open, but it's pretty cool to see nonetheless. And well, we are now coming up towards the bridge, and we actually have a little piece of rock here. Now, I have seen people use this in the past as like a little bench, a little resting place. But to be honest, I'm feeling all right, folks. Well, I've done that entire walk, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fresh. I'm feeling nice. You know, being out in this lovely, just fresh air. It's just so good for your mind and your body. It's really nice. So there you go. Not only do you get to come to Tetney and look at the views, but you get to feel refreshed as well in the process. it really is a win-win situation. And it's probably been about maybe 20 minutes to half an hour, I'd say, since we started the walk. Of course, we took all those little stops to look at the scenery. But if you were just to do the full walk, just, you know, go for it, no stops, probably take you half an hour, maybe. I'd say 20 minutes, depending on your pace and everything like that. But if we turn it around here, you can now see a vast landscape. How cool is this? Now there's a few little things here that I want to show you guys, a few little bits and bobs, such as this sign. Here we have a sign that welcomes us to Tetney Marshes. As you can see, there are a few facts here and there about the reserve, the wildlife, and if you'd like to read all of this information, then feel free to pause the video and take a gander. And we do have a map here as well. Now, one thing about this place is that there are a lot of dangerous little areas as well. I believe there's some areas with quicksand and just some very deep mud that you could get trapped in. So we're not going to go over there, guys. We're going to stick to the path because that's the safest thing to do. But as you can see, we've got the rest of the map here as well. This is, I believe, the start of the walk, and actually I'm not too sure. No, this is the start of the walk, folks. So here we are. That's where we started, all the way down here. We walked up, and I believe we are here. This is the area that we have walked to, and I believe if you go this way, you end up at a car park in a different area, a lagoon. So not really sure what we would be able to find down that way. To me, it looks like we would just loop around and start walking back, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a different place to look at. But we do have some other areas as well. But I think this is where we want to be on this path here. But to be honest, we're not that far from our final destination anyway. So what we are now going to do is cross the bridge to the other side. And as you can see from this view we have here, there is a very dried up bank and the rest of the river. Now, I'm not too sure how far this goes. It probably goes all the way to the sea, but as you're able to see, so CC, there we go, we can have a look at the rest of the river here as well. So this has been trailing with us all the way from the start of the car park to here. How crazy is that? We've had a massive adventure, folks, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. I really have, taking in the fresh air and the nature around us. But now let's cross the bridge. So folks, there is the third and final World War II bunker. Now, I would go and have a closer look, but unfortunately, it seems that it is all gated off. Now, in the past, you were able to cross here and take a look at the other side, but now it is all boarded up. So I don't want to take any chances. I don't want to do anything that, is frowned upon or is, just not allowed. I don't want to be trespassing or anything like that. So we're going to leave it for today. A bit unfortunate, but hey, there it is in the background. You guys can see it right there. It's a lot bigger, actually, than the first two that we saw over there. A lot larger, a lot wider, a lot longer. And there are quite a few windows within it as well, so quite a lot of viewpoints from the bunker. But there we have it. There's the third and final one of the day. So there is all 3 historical landmarks from World War II discovered, and what a day it has been. So, like I said, a bit unfortunate we won't be able to go round and take a closer look, but we can actually go around this little bit here and maybe get a side view of it, but we can actually be able to see a massive view of this field. Take a look at that, guys. How awesome is that? Okay then everyone, so that is pretty much the entire walk for Tetney completed, and now what we've got to do is do it all in reverse. So we've got to walk all the way back now to the car. How crazy is that? I know, it's a very little thing, but hey, little things matter in life, and there we go. How cool is that? A full group of swans just sitting there. But we shall now embark on the journey back to the car. It's going to be a long walk back, guys, but I'm going to enjoy every single second of it because I enjoyed walking up here, so it's going to be just as good walking back. I mean, hey, when I'm surrounded by scenery and nature as beautiful as this, how can you not love it? But what I'll do now is, because it's quite a long walk back, I shan't get the entire walk on camera, but what I should do is put in a few clips here and there, and then I'll meet you at the car. All right then, folks, here we are back with the Abarth. There it is, looking real nice in the sun, surrounded by the nature and the scenery. But yeah, there we go, folks. That is everything for today's video. I was going to try and do the outro in the car, but man, is it boiling in there. It's like a little oven. So instead, I'm going to record it out here. But what a day it has been, and what a little adventure it has been. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and like I said earlier, let me know what you think about this new series in the comment section down below. Super excited to record more episodes, and I've got tons of locations lined up for you guys, so plenty more episodes to come in the future. But if you'd like to see any more of these episodes or any other different videos on this channel, then you know what to do. And if you're new, you also know what to do. Hit that bell, like, comment and subscribe, all of that good stuff, because it's always appreciated. Guys, if you have any suggestions on where I should go in the future, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I'll be traveling to many different places and looking at tons of different locations. But for now, folks, I'll see you in the future. Have a good one.